Hey guys, welcome to Heavy Metal Muffler. Today we got a pretty neat one for you. This is a 62 Mercury Comet. What we're doing is making some upsweep headers for it. We'll get to that in just a minute. Call this card a Funky Munky. This is belongs to Grease Monkey magazine. Y'all need to head out. You can get these at a lot of different places, and it does show where you can subscribe to it. And also, while we're on the subject, this weekend, Redneck Rumble. Yeah, it's an awesome show. We go every year, and we will be there. Hopefully the rain holds out. We can have the Derby on Saturday night. Y'all make sure you attend that. It's well worth it, and it's a fantastic show. Now let's get on with what we've done here. I've already done one side. As you can see, I've done the passenger side, making our upsweep header. I'll show you how I've done that, and then we'll go to the driver's side. Basically, this car's cut out really good so I can get to everything. What I've done, I cleaned the head off and I bolted the header plate up. And then I took 4 tubes of 2-inch and I put a 140-degree bend in them. Well, as you know, the header tubes are oval shape. So we angle cut the ends of our bends and then ovaled them out where they would fit up in the header tube. And that way we can get real good welds on them. Can y'all see that? They're welded outside and inside. That way the vibration won't cause them to prematurely crack or get any leaks or any breaks in them. Got them lined up there pretty good. And the way I kept them all in good alignment, actually see this jig here? Took this board, put a hole in it and a piece of pipe where it would hold it good. Then I just slid that down over top. And you see it fits from fender to fender. Well, that way, as you slide each tube in, you know it's going to hold it. And seeing as I'm working by myself, I ain't going to be able to hold nothing. And I often create jigs like this to help me out and to keep everything in line. Alright, well that's our passenger side header, which I gotta say, turned out pretty good. Got a lot of room for the plugs, the wires are not going to get on it. And it shouldn't have any issues out of that header. Should perform great. Now, go over to our passenger side. Right off the bat, we know we're going to have an issue. Because as you can see our steering box right there. Well, we couldn't take one of them tubes and fit over here because it'd be hitting the steering box. So here's what I've done. This is our first tube. Still 140-degree bend, but I cut it off a whole lot shorter here. The ones over there probably extend out about right here. But to cut it shorter here, which brought our pipe up. And as you can see, when we fit it in here, we have clearance for a steering box. Alright. Well, we'll get this one installed, and then we'll go over to the bender, and I'll show you how I make these, and we'll try to get this side knocked out. Alright, we have this one fitted in place. You see all I did was put my little jig there and just took the single board and the socket spaces it out just perfect. And I just laid these boards here to keep the other one level. You See, that's sitting up straight like it should. We have a really nice fit at the header flange. Hopefully you can see that okay. See the space we have? Plenty of room on that steering box. And what we'll probably do once this project's all said and done, and he paints these headers whatever he wants to, we'll wrap probably these first two so far to keep the heat off of that steering box. Alright, I'm going to get this one welded on, and I already have two more made up, but we're going to go over to the bender and I'm going to show y'all how I made these. We'll make that last one. We got two of the tubes welded in, a little jig with the spacer, using the socket as a spacer. So they'd be working out great. We're nice in line with each other. Don't worry about the length, we'll get everything welded on there, and then we'll just cut straight across, get it even. But yeah, that's working out just fine. Same space in between them as the other side. It's just basically a tight 4-finger width. Alright, now let's head over to the bender. And I'll show y'all just how I make these things. Alright, we got our 2-inch dies in, and we oiled them up real good. Grab a stick tubing. Alright. Do it all the seams against my stick shoe. Go on the shoe. I'll put 140 in it. Yeah, I know, that's a hell of a bend. Like I say, on the real big bends like this, always put a little lube on the guys. That way you get you a nice, smooth bend without any crinkles in it. Alright, I'll get her on around here some. So this is our third tube that we've already made. So what we're going to do is just lay it on there. We know the angle and everything is correct on this cut. It's just like pattern bend and pattern cutting. Go ahead and cut some length off of this. Definitely don't need this much. Get out roughly somewhere in here. We know this one here is tall enough, so go ahead and cut it close to this. Alright, now we have to get this in where it's going to fit in the header flange probably. And the way that I do that, run your round back, guys like so. Set your end in here. and mash it. There you go. Now we'll get the same oval shape. It'll fit up in there well, and it'll weld well. Alright, let's run over and get these two welded in. Alright, I got all 4 tubes in line, welded in place. Well, it turned out pretty good. Now what we're going to do is raise the car up, because I can come through fender well area. Yeah, what fender well, right? And we want to weld as much as we can before we take the header off. The reason for that is, even though that flange down there is pretty thick, you weld the crap out of it and you can warp it. We've got the welder on 4 as high as it'll go, so we can get a good burn in on that thick metal, and we just roll it onto our pipe without burning through. But let's get that, then we'll get the header off on the table. We'll finish what few welds we missed, and we'll get some welds on the inside also. We got as much welded as we could. What I did, I raised the car up where I can come through. And before we take the header off, we're going to go ahead and cut it. That way, once we gut it off, we can take our file and clean up the ends. What I've done is just measured from the frame rail up. I've got 31.5, so I just done the same on this, and then just took me a straight edge and done the stand and guesstimate level across mark. Let's grab our sawzall, cut them off, and then we'll get this header off and get her finished up. Alright, we got our header welded up, and it's cut off. We're ready to install it. What I did was took some copper spray and sprayed across the header and stuck my gasket on there. That way the gasket won't fall off. I don't need to be dealing with that, picking up this heavy header. And here's the way that I'll install headers, if you can. See this 3/8 stud that I put in there? That'll give me a nice pivot point and a slide on. It will hold all the weight so I can get the bolt started in correctly. Let me get the camera positioned right, and I'll try to install this header where you can see it. This is about the best position I can get the camera in. Hopefully y'all can see everything okay there. Well, you see the header goes up in there just fine because we ain't got nothing here in our way. So what I'll do is just grab it, get it on that peg right there. See how much easier that makes it just to slide it up there. Go ahead and get us back one in if we can. Using the stainless steel bolts that came with the flanges. Yes, I did put some anti-seize compound on all my bolts. I'm going to say with the stud in there, it helps. You got to sit here and fight this thing, trying to hold all the weight of it up. And that way you know you get your bolt started good. Don't do like some people. Get a couple of bolts and then run them up there super tight. That may mess you up on a couple of other bolts getting them in. Get all your bolts in by hand. No air ratchet, no electric tools. By hand. That way you know they're going in right. You didn't cross thread anything. Alright, all of them should have started good. And I'm just using my quarter cable electric driver just to get everything snugged up there. easy and quick. You ain't much on using a whole lot of air tools and things like this. I want to make sure that nothing's cross-threading or anything like that. And we know they're not, or they wouldn't run up there that well. Alright, get us a nice even. I'm not bearing down on these real hard for the first shot. And there's a header install. I'll give her a final tightening. We'll drop it down and see what the whole picture looks like. Alright, got them all tightened down. And something else I wanted to point out. When you're making headers, do your best to make it where they're going to be as easy to get on and off. What I mean is, watch your tubing. Now you see all my bolts. Where did I have all my bolts on this one? And my tubes are out of the way. I can get in there with the ratchet and the extension straight. Not a bunch of wobbles, not a bunch of mess. And take that on and off easily. Now if you're doing a regular header and dumping it underneath, I mean, just keep that in mind. Give you good space. If this tube would have come out here, give it good space so you can at least get in there with a good box end wrench and take care of that. Alright, let's drop her down and see what it looks like. Alright, here she is dropped down. Well, they all lined up really well. Let's get out here and get a good shot of it. Oh yeah, pretty cool. 62 Mercury Comet with a 460 in it. What's there not to like about that? Our headers turned out fine. Like I say, we got plenty of room down there on our steering box after everything was said and done. See, we still got good clearance. Like I say, probably put some header wrap on them too, just to be better safe than sorry, keep the heat off of that. It all turned out really nice. Well, I hope y'all liked that video. I know I like making it. It was fun to make them headers. And keep in mind, we'll post this video today. Today's Wednesday. Y'all be at that Redneck Rumble. You'll thoroughly enjoy it, and I know I will. And pick you up your Grease Monkey magazine. You can catch them on Facebook, pretty much anywhere on the net. Bunch of cool guys, and they really know their stuff. They have a lot of fun with these cool old cars. Thank y'all for watching the video. Like I say, hope you liked it. Hope you learned a little bit of something. And next time on the Heavy Metal Muffler channel, hopefully we'll bring you something as cool as this. Thanks. Hit that like and subscribe button, and y'all have a good one.